Hey guys. After quite a bit of challenges, mostly user error on my part, we are finally ready to go live. So I am going to see if I can pull up the live right now on my computer and watch along with you guys. Okay, there we go. That way I can see comments that are coming in as we go. So welcome. We are doing a Plan With Me live for the week of September 1st to 7th. We are going to be using, as I said yesterday, these primary emoji heads that I recently received from the Coffee Monsters Co. From Helen's birthday sale. I think they're adorable and it'll make for a fun spread. I also went and looked on her website. She does these really great little keys on the website for letting you know which markers go with her kits. So she pre-selected my markers, so that was super easy. We have the red, the Tombow 845 that goes with the red. For yellow, she selected the 991. And for blue, she has selected two markers. The darker blue is the 526, and the lighter blue is the 491. Now, this says 528, so I should get a different. Yep. Okay, this is the 526. Some of my markers don't have or 420. Now 526. Some of my markers don't have the numbers still on them, so bear with me for a minute there on that one. This one's 28. Okay. So there we go. Now we have the 426. That actually looks better. So this is 426. And then this is 491, which she suggests as a very light color. So we will get right into, oh, wait, we also have the little primary extras. I didn't get the full kit, but I did get the extras. So even though I don't have that full kit, I do have these full boxes. I have all of these cute little to-dos. I have the doodles, and then I have the sticky notes. So we'll make use of some of these as well, and we'll get going. This week is holiday week in the United States. We have Labor Day on Monday. So people that are currently working are not having to go to work this week, which is great. So for me, I am going to make sure that I'm not planning anything major on this day because my partner is off work. So let's see how we want to do this. So I'm going to start with the red one. And we are going to go down here at the bottom. And I'm going to start on Monday at 10. And we will go through. Now, I don't usually worry about cutting through an emoji head. kind of very much same as Helen's philosophy. I know she is tearing through images all the time. However, this time I'm going to try and see if I can't keep them. So we will put those along the bottom of the page just to mark our 10 o'clock time. And then for the weekend, I think if you were with me when I unboxed, I had some little extras. So I am not going to use the full rolls if I have an extra that will suffice. And this I think will be perfect for marking the weekend. So I'm actually going to do that. I don't always do that, but I am going to do that this time. And then right below that, we have this little weekend banner. So we will put that in. And there we go. We have our weekend all marked. And so now the other thing I'm going to do is over here on Labor Day, I'm going to mark that with, oops, and I'm not going to use that yellow because remember, we have quite large piece of yellow here. So I am actually going to use this. I'll put this here for Labor Day, for a holiday. I don't always do washi at the top. I know people have a tendency to have a preference of whether they like their washi at the top or the bottom. I don't really necessarily care too much, but I do kind of like to mark out when there's a day off. For me, it's going to be a day off from my job hunt, but for everybody else, it's just a regular day off. So we have that set up. I'm going to pick a color for evening activities. So I'm going to start a little bit different. Now I'm rethinking that. I'm being very indecisive. Let us start with our job hunt block. So I'm actually going to block off from 8 o'clock in the morning until noon as my job search block. What I have been finding this week is that it isn't taking me quite as long to do, let's go to 12:30. It isn't taking me quite as long to do all the things. And so if I can get that done in that first block when I'm nice and fresh in the morning, that'll be great. And we will put here that this is our job search block. And I already have interviews scheduled here and here. And so I think that'll be good for right now. I will prep for this interview, do the interview, and then get ready and do some other, send out some other resumes and such. Same with this one. I will send out some resumes, then prep for the interview, and then be good. In fact, I will mark that. Mark off an hour before each interview for interview prep. All right. Now, I have got, okay, I'm going to put in a little block here on each day for meditation and hypnosis. And then in the afternoon, we are going to, from 1 to 4, put a block in here. This is going to be a little bit different than what I talked about, as I plan and then I refine the plan if I need to. And clearly I'm going to need to, because it's not working exactly as I had thought it would, which is fine. So in the afternoon, I'm going to do YouTube and writing. I am working on a novel, and so I'm going to actually spend some time getting things written into there. So I will do my filming and anything else that I need to do in that block, as well as doing some writing. Now I have added, we're going to get out the red color for my evening activities or after work. I have a phone call here. I don't find this to be the best. I don't think this is the best red for this. I think this one might be the best red for this color. I see the difference here. No. Okay. This one maybe. I kind of like this more. You see how there's a lot more kind of blue in this red, and this one's got just a nicer look to it. I think this is something 56. Let's see. Just based on looking at it, looks like it says 5.6. So let's see. Now I know Helen said when she did these color matches that she only used the Tombos that she had and that she didn't have them all, which is totally understandable. This is 856. So I'm actually, yep, see, I like that a lot better. I just find that kind of pinkier red to be a little, just a little too pinky for me. I know that's fussy, but it is what it is. So we're going to go with this one. And I forgot I should be putting these colors down here so that I know which colors I used. So let's mark these down. This is, we said 856. And 526, 991, and 491. Just in case anybody is wondering what those colors are. There we go. especially since now they're a little bit different than her colors. All right. I'm going to take this. I don't always use kits, and so I'm not going to probably naturally grab these things. And so I'm going to try and consciously make myself use these for some of the things. So I know that's going to be about that long of a block right here. We are going to use this. I like this little emoji here, or this one. Oh, I'll use them both. We're going to put this right here on the edge. And put this one just a little above it. No one telling me I can't use both of those, right? All right, back to some planning here. We have got date night going on. So we will add that. Starting at 5. Tuesday is always date night, without fail. The only time that I have ever that we get rid of date night is, you know, if we have a family activity where the whole family is joining us. Now, I know we will talk until probably 3 here. So I just do a line like that to kind of draw a box around that time. The date night is going to go all the way until the end of the night. There we go. And I have a call with Kim, our weekly call on Wednesday. And again, this we will usually talk at least probably that long. Let's go with that long. We do have a tendency to kind of go on and on and on. This is going to be a really busy week. We have got a concert. What time? I'm going to put it at 6:30. I think the concert actually starts at 7:30. But I'm going to put it at 6:30 because I think we need to get there early to eat. And I'm going over a little bit. That's all right. We will. This is probably going to run late, so let's kind of do a little line below here to kind of indicate that this is going to be a late night. And we are seeing the Doobie Brothers. Should be a fun show. One of the things that I realized I haven't been putting in is this actual plan with me. So let's get that in here. There we go. All right. Now, this is when we're going to go get dinner and grocery shopping. Terribly exciting things that we're putting on the calendar here. But you know what? This kind of stuff has to get done. It's part of your life, and it does take a little while to do. We always go to dinner before we grocery shop, just because if we don't, then we will end up buying everything in the store. And so there's nothing wrong with writing things like that on your daily list. Also, if you were here with me for my kind of project planning, you know that we decided we're going to go to the gym every um, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then we're going to go on the walking pad on the other days. So we're going to just highlight those areas up top, and I'm going to write that in, even though it's kind of more of a task. I am going to write it here in my day because it's something that's new to me, and I want to make sure that I remember to do it. So we'll put in that we're going to go to the gym here. We're going to do, it's going to be the walking pad. This is going to be the gym. And the idea behind this is that hopefully I can continue doing this even once I start working, because I can just add showering at the gym and then just go to work and be at work by 8 o'clock. Or at my worst case scenario, I have to get up maybe half an hour earlier. So we have those in. This is going to be a sticker here, and I'll add in my lines for my meal planning. I call it meal planning, but it's really very loose planning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do record what we're eating in a week here. So it does make sense. I'm going to put in a driving band here because we do have to drive to the concert venue. And we will use this color then for here to kind of make sure we're balancing things out. And I'm going to put a little driving line before the gym on those days. And I do have that washi for that day. And maybe a little drive after. There we go. I do this. All right. Here we're going to say meals and get a sticker for this. I do have these filming stickers that I got a long time ago. And one of those will be great. However, it is very, very long. So we're going to need to cut it down. It's too long for that, that B6 vertical there. Might work perfectly on a Hobonichi. It is clear, so technically I could probably leave it, but then if I end up wanting to write anything, it would encroach kind of on the sides where I'm maybe wanting to write. All right. So there we go. Get that put away. Now these, let's see, what do I have? Here I have some more writing to do, I know. This is going to be meditation. This will be hypnosis. This will be meditation and hypnosis. Now this may look pretty messy. But my main goal is to have me where I need to be at any given point in time. I am still trying to kind of what this looks like without that giant work block in the middle. And so it's okay that it looks a little bit messy. It kind of matches my day or my mental state right now. I'm feeling a little bit messy in terms of what my schedule looks like. So that's all right. What do we have here? I'm going to try and put in my interviews here. And I'm going to write prep here because I will be prepping ahead of time for those. When I say prepping, I'm going to be looking at the company website or be reviewing, again, what skills I think I bring to the table that match what they may be looking for in an employee. And that way I'm better poised to kind of answer questions under that lens. When you're doing a job search, you look at so many different companies over the course of a week that you're applying to. And so it's nice to be able to take a look and really remember that company. I think companies appreciate it when you are informed about what they do as well as them being informed about what you do. You know, they're looking at your resume to prepare themselves. So why not be looking at something to prepare yourself? All right, so we need, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I'm kind of thinking, actually this one, to kind of bring some of the blue over to this side as well. Let's go ahead and do that. I was kind of leaning towards yellow, but I don't want to get too heavy on any one of these colors. I want it to be a nice balance of colors here. There we go. And we've got for sure 3 dinners out. So I will go ahead and write those in. We're out on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And then I always, because this call tends to run a little bit long, I like to have leftovers for Wednesday, which means that I need to make some extra of something on Monday. So that means that I have 1, 2, 3 meals that I need to plan for this week. Let's take this light color to mark the week. All right. Now, being realistic, I am probably not going to plan a lot in through here. So I'm going to go ahead and use a sticker. Well, and let's put this little guy here, because I'm going to be doing YouTube and writing. That's all on the computer, so that'll be cute. And what if we create a list? We'll kind of talk a little bit. I guess maybe I'll tell my journal a little bit of what I did on Monday here. And then just kind of put some little memorabilia in. Every once in a while, if I'm placing a sticker like this, I'd like to kind of encroach just a little bit on that Tombow line. I think it makes it kind of more integrated into the spread. And then maybe here. That. All right. I am not a huge sticker person. I like it to be cute, but I don't like the stickers to kind of overpower my view. I still want to see what is going on with my week. And I think that the stickers kind of enhance the week. They don't really detract from it in this fashion. I think that it's going to look just fine. I know what I'm doing. I can clearly see what I'm going to be doing for the week. I think it looks good with all these different colors, all the primary colors. I love that because I do tend to kind of go for the purples and pinks and some of those lighter colors, mainly because my washis are those colors. I really like having an excuse to kind of use these more bold colors, darker colors that I don't get to use as often. So the final thing that I'm going to do is put in the weather. If you've watched for a while, you know that I do that. We have got Kirkwood, Missouri here. We are going to put in our high and low temperature that's forecasted. I think it looks like it's going to be a very nice week. See if I'm going to get a little chilly here. I'm going to need to start paying attention towards the end of this week for these low temperatures, if they dip below what they're supposed to be, I may have to bring in some plants. I have plants that don't like to be out if it is below 50. They're kind of tropical, like a little ponytail palm tree. And it does not like to be outside if it's below 50 degrees. So it says it's going to be 50 and not below. So hopefully that is the case, but I'll keep an eye out. If it looks like it's going to drop below it, I can just bring it in on Saturday. And then Sunday, back up to 77 and 53. The next week, we're going to be in the low 80s. So this will be kind of a nice, cool week. We had a lot of hot weather. St. Louis is known for that. I may be new to St. Louis, but hot weather is not new to St. Louis. So I think that looks like my week in a nutshell. I'm going to double check and see if we'll look back at our September that we did here. We have everything. Football season is starting. I really don't necessarily need to have that. I would like to put that there's a full moon. And I should at least write in the game. So let's put right here, we have a game. And I'll draw just a little, kind of darken the lines for those few hours. Around the game. And then, let's write full moon. This is the harvest moon in, I believe, in September. Yes? Yeah. All right. And I often will, I have little moon stickers like I had on the, like that, little moon stickers from the Coffee Monsters Co. in the mini emoji heads. But I think I'm just going to add a little sparkle for the full moon there. I do have these little heart stickers as part of this kit, so let's add one of those over here for date night, and soften that edge with a little sticker there, and some sparkle again here. And I feel like this little area needs something. But if I have an interview, I don't want anything too major because I want to be able to add that in. So let's just do that. Now it's got, kind of ties it all together, that block. And we've got at least a little decoration over here. I may come back in and add more of these stickers later as the week progresses and I see what's going to happen. But for right now, I really kind of like that. I think I'm going to leave it at that. So that is my week for the week of the 1st through the 7th of the month of September already. Gosh, it feels like the year just is flying by. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I know a couple of people joined. You guys were quiet, it looks like. I didn't see anything come through in the chat, but I do really appreciate you joining and planning with me. As you watch, hopefully you got to do some of your planning, and that's why we're not doing the chatting, and that's fine. Um, I'm happy to have people just come and sit and uh, plan along with me. So thanks for joining. And if you're joining afterwards, I will be trying to go live at 9 o'clock or right around 9 o'clock on Sunday mornings, Eastern time, or Eastern, Central time. So 9 o'clock Central time on Sunday. Um, and as you can see, I've got that here ready to go in my planner for next week. So if you're interested in watching this live and chatting, asking me questions, I'm happy to stop and answer some questions as I go, why I'm using certain things, why I'm putting things in certain places, how I plan things that maybe aren't included in this week but happen from time to time. Um, I'm happy to answer any of those. So if you feel like joining live, that's great. If not, I'm happy to have you join me anytime. Thank you so much. Talk to you guys soon.